The first step in the scale drawing project is to find a simple comic to use. You do not want one with a lot of fine details in it. You're then going to cut it out and tape it to a piece of centimeter graph paper. Once you have your comic taped to your centimeter graph paper, you are going to draw the centimeter lines on top of your comic. Then you will need to create grids on your actual comic. To do this, you just line a ruler up along the graph lines in your centimeter graph paper, and then using a marker or a pen or pencil, you just trace those lines vertically and then horizontally across your comic drawing. Next, you need to decide how big or small you would like to make your scale drawing. These are examples of comics that have been made to be twice as big, 3 times as big, and 4 times as big as the original drawing. This is a drawing that has been made smaller. It is twice as small, or half the size of the original scale drawing. Once you've decided how big or small you want to make your scale drawing, the next step is to make the paper you will be making the drawing on. You will need to make your own grid paper that is either 2 times as big, 3 times as big, 4 times as big, or half the size of your original drawing. I have decided for my scale drawing that I want to make a drawing that is twice as big as my original comic. So first step is to create a vertical line down along the side of the paper using a ruler. Since our grid paper has to be twice as big as the centimeter grid paper, we are going to make tally marks along this vertical line every 2 centimeters. If our ratio was bigger, like 3 times bigger, we would make tally marks every 3 centimeters. If it was 4 times bigger, we would make tally marks every 4 centimeters. If it was half the size, we would make tally marks every half a centimeter. We are then going to draw a horizontal line across the top of our paper, followed by another vertical line along the right-hand side of our paper. Once that is done, we're going to draw our tally marks starting at the top of the line down. In our case, it's going to be 2 centimeters. If your ratio is different, whether it's 3 times as big or 4 times as big, you're going to adjust that number. Or if it's half the size, you're going to make it the half centimeter tally marks. You are then going to connect these lines using a ruler across your paper. Once you have all of your horizontal lines made, you are then going to repeat the process to make your vertical lines along the top and the bottom of the paper. Since our original comic only took up 7 centimeters across and 5 centimeters down, when I made my graph paper, I stopped after going 7 centimeters across and 5 centimeters down because I knew I would not need more grid space than that. Now that you've finished creating your scaled grid paper, you are ready to create your scale drawing. To do this, go to the top left corner of your paper. You see I have marked it over 1, down 1. And if you focus on creating and copying the drawing that's in that space alone, you'll find that it's less overwhelming than if you tried to tackle the drawing all at once. Once you've finished with your first box, move on to the other boxes. You can go across, you can go down your rows, and complete the drawing 1 box at a time. Once you have finished creating your drawing, color it in, and you will have an exact replica of your comic to scale.